Good morning, guys. So we're back working on the 2013 Dodge Dart today. What we're going to be doing is putting this new serpentine belt on. It was snapped in the collision. It's a Bando belt. It's OEM, part number 6PK 2020. So I'm going to kind of show you how to put that on this morning. We're also going to put the battery back in. I charged it up. Hopefully it took a charge. It's a 36-month battery that's about 4 years old, so probably end up having to replace that too. Got the right front corner mostly back together last night. I have to figure out how to get into the trunk and see if we have a spare because the rim is completely destroyed. It's got a big hole in it. So hopefully the goal is to be able to get it to run enough to get it up to the shop so we can tear it down some more. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this cover off here. I've already loosened the bolt for the clamp for the gearbox. I am going to take the gearbox out just because I want to be able to see down there better. Move that hose out of the way. We're going to get the toe strap out of the way here because hopefully I don't need that anymore. This gearbox is actually thoroughly destroyed. You can see it got cracked there, and the tab is busted here, and it's busted down here. So we'll have to replace the gearbox. Maybe a good time for a cold air intake. Alright guys, so now we're going to work on looping the belt around the pulleys and all the accessories down here. So I'll try and put a link to the description or this picture in the description. So basically we're going to loop around what I believe is the power steering pump, the crank pulley, this is the tensioner here, the alternator, an idler pulley, and the AC compressor. Alright, so now that I've got the air box out of the way, you can see a little bit more of the damage to the frame rail here. So this is definitely going to have to go up on a frame machine. It's not bad. You can see where maybe the alternator must have kissed the frame rail when the motor shifted because the motor mount is busted, which I have a brand new motor mount. The motor itself looks okay. It's just a mount that has a crack here, so I'll do a video on how to replace that once we get it up to the shop. But you can definitely see that the rail was kissed by the alternator here, which is probably why the belt broke. So we'll have to get this nose stripped down and get this off to a frame machine to have them straighten this, either straighten it or replace the frame rail itself. So hopefully the other side's not too bad, and it can be straightened. All right, so we're going to end up doing some of this on the underside here, just because it's going to be easier. So we're going to get this around the crank pulley here, like so. We're going to get it around the AC compressor. Looks like the AC line might have gotten bent during the collision, so we're going to have to kind of bend that out of the way here for the moment. So what I have here is this Craftsman Serpentine Belt Tool Kit. What this is going to let me do is move the tensioner pulley so that I can seat the belt on the power steering pump, and when I release it, it will put tension on the belt. So this is Craftsman part number 941831. I got this through Summit. I think it was like 20 bucks. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't get my tensioner or belt tool between the rail and the engine. There's just not enough space for the socket that I have. They make open-end sockets for it, or open-end adapters for it, but I don't have the right size for the bolt. So thankfully the tensioner moves pretty freely, so we're just going to use a regular old 5/8 wrench, and that's how we're going to get the belt on. We're going to take the wrench like this, and we can tilt the tensioner backwards, and then we'll come up under here and see if we can get the belt around. It's pretty tight. I got the belt over the power steering pump in the back, and we are going to try to get it over the tensioner up here. And again, there's not a lot of space to work in here, so it is a little tight. This is whereas if I had the right adapter for my tensioner tool, it would work so much better. So after much fighting and a little bit of skinned thumb, we got the belt on, and so now it's time to drop the battery back in place, put the airbox back in place temporarily, and see if we can get into the trunk, see if she starts. If I can get into the trunk, then I can get the spare tire, and hopefully we can see if she drives up the hill. I'm gonna take our 10mm socket here and get the battery brace out of the way here, so we can put the battery down into the battery tray. Put the wiring harness up and out of the way here. Drop the battery down. I don't know if this battery is going to work. There's no handle on it, so it makes it all the more fun to get in place. That started. We're going to get the battery strapped down here. Get another extension here just to make it a little easier. Battery is in place. We're going to drop the positive side on here and snug that down. Also a 10mm bolt. that. All right, we're gonna put the airbox and cover back on just temporarily. Now we're going to reconnect the battery here on the negative side. Snug that down. Alright, we'll see if she pops the trunk, guys. Okay, that's good. Alright, so I got the Mud, what are you doing? You're silly. Alright guys, so I got the okay, we got the trunk open. It's actually, this is the first time I really looked in here. Like a bunch of garbage. Let's see if we got a spare tire. Oh, we do, guys. We do. Alright. Let's see if we get this on and see what happens. Alright, so we got our spare tire. We're gonna have to get the jack out of the bed of the Ram and get this ramp out of the way here, and we're gonna see what happens. Slide our board under there so we have something to work on. Drop her down off the jack here, slowly. Get the jack out of the way, we'll get the Ram out of the way, and we'll see what happens. Alright, moment of truth here, guys. Let's see what happens. Let's see. She does. Alright, battery is completely toast, guys. Alright, well that sucks. Alright, battery is completely toast, guys. Alright, well that sucks. Yeah, you can see she's really grumpy. Alright, we'll have to jump her. jumper cable's connected, guys. Let's see if she fires. All right. Mileage on the dash. That's a good thing. Key in the ignition. There we go. She runs. Runs pretty smooth too. Let's see what happens, guys. All right, we got her in gear. See what happens going up the driveway. Under her own power, baby. You can hear the exhaust shield scraping up the side. We made it, baby. We made it. We made it. We made it to the top of the hill. So now I gotta clear some space in my shop and get her inside for a full teardown.